a brand new episode of Art Nouveau with your host LeilaniJoy. This is my video art blog where I document my creative process and give you guys some tips and tricks along the way. First of all, I would like to sincerely apologize for my very long hiatus. I don't think I've ever been gone from my videos quite this long, but my personal and professional life has been kind of insane this last month. I remember when I had that really bad cold, like on my last video. Well, I got another cold, which led to an ear infection, and I was just a mess. I couldn't hear. I was like, my equilibrium was off. And then our landlord told us that we had to move out. And I don't know if you guys know anything about the San Francisco Bay Area, but the apartment situation is not only very expensive, but also extremely competitive. If there's anything good that's even remotely affordable, there'll be like 10 people after the same place. So that became sort of a full-time job to find a new apartment for me and my boyfriend Brian, and also find a new workspace since I work out of my home. So it was pretty tricky. I really had a good situation at my last place. And luckily enough for us, we found a fabulous new place, and I have this great studio space that I'm still setting up. You can probably tell it's like really echoey in this room because I don't have anything really on the walls yet, but as soon as I have it all fully set up, I'll give you guys a studio tour of my new studio. And so that has been awesome and crazy, and I was trying to pack boxes while I was sick. I think the whole moving process was like something like this. So needless to say, I am very grateful that that is over. And also, during this time, I have been doing a brand new painting for Disney that's going to be debuting at the Wonderground Gallery in June. So that's why my artwork has also been a little bit quiet, because I've been busy working on that. And I cannot wait to show it to you guys. I can't show it quite yet until I get the go-ahead, but I will have a brand new piece debuting soon, and hopefully you guys are going to be able to come and see me. I'm going to be the featured artisan of the month at Wonderground Gallery in Disneyland, and I'm so excited about it. I'm going to be there twice in June. So if you're going to be in the Anaheim or Southern California area anytime in June, hopefully you can come and see me at Wonderground Gallery. I will be there on June 6th, Saturday, and June 7th, Sunday, from 2 to 5 p.m. both days. And then again, I will be there on June 20th and 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. both days. So hopefully you can come and meet me, see my brand new piece, get a signed print, and just come hang out with me. It's always fun to meet some of you guys, and it makes me feel so much more at home when I'm like, hey, you know me already. It's really awesome. So please come and check that out if you're able to. Okay, so anyway, before I get started, I also want to do one more little special thing I've been hinting at. I want to send out a huge thank you to My Artscape, who provided me with some beautiful brand new paintbrushes. And not only did they provide them to me, but they also provided me with a beautiful set to give away to one of you guys. And I didn't want to just raffle them off because I don't know, I feel like it's just so much more special if you win it from a contest. So I know you guys are super excited about this. I am going to do another LeilaniJoy contest. This one will not be collaborative just because I'm so busy. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. But I do have a little cool idea for you guys that I'm going to share shortly. But first, let me just show you this beautiful art set provided by My Artscape. And I'm going to be using them and painting with them on this video so we can kind of see how these work, and I'll give you guys an honest review. And not only do they come in this nifty little case, but you can also use them as a little brush stand. Let me show you guys. This is so awesome. And look at that! Your paintbrush is set up for you, and you can pick them out while you paint. And they're suitable for acrylic, oil, or watercolor. So stay tuned a little later to find out how you could make this beautiful brush set yours, and I will explain to you the contest details and how to enter. But moving on to today's piece, I really wanted to do a new painting that was a really personal piece, and I've been doing, doing the moving and some commissions, and the Disney stuff has just been very like constrictive, and I really felt like I needed to do a very freeing personal piece that just kind of got the creative inspiration reflowing. You know, I really encourage you guys to do this sometimes, especially if you have a lot of school assignments or you are doing commissions and you're like, ugh, I used to love art, now I just do it because I have to. Like, just do a quick piece, do it in a day, do it in a couple days, or a sketchbook, and just kind of let your creative energy flow out, because I think we all need to sort of refresh and do that sometimes. So I started off by mixing some like Eastery pastel colors, and I decided I really wanted to do something springy and sort of have this dreamy feel, but I didn't really know what. So I mixed these colors and I just started like blending them and making some really cool organic shapes. I really liked this sort of dreamy flow that I was getting to the paint colors, and I started thinking a lot about early inspirations. And you know, if you're an artist like I am, you always have people asking you, well, what inspires you? What influences you? And I know for me, a lot of times I'm like, I mean, it's kind of subconscious, I think, sometimes, because what we're inspired by is always just like layers and layers and layers of things that we're exposed to. So sometimes it's not even like that concrete, it's just like deeply ingrained in there. But I know I've mentioned this before, but one of my earliest influences and why I draw the way I draw is the 1982 animated film The Last Unicorn. And I've seen that movie like a million times, so many times, it's probably not right. But I really noticed now watching it later how much inspiration I draw from it. The use of curved lines and shapes, and even the palettes, and the way Amalthea is designed. She's this very ethereal female character, and I just think that that's sort of embedded in what I like to do. So for this piece, I was listening to the soundtrack and sketching, and you know, I had that other Last Unicorn piece I did years ago, and I love that piece. It was really fun to do, but that was supposed to be more of an interpretation of Camilla D'Erico's character Tampopo, because it was for her Tampopo themed show. So I kind of made Tampopo into Amalthea, and so there was a lot of other elements there. But for this piece, I really wanted to be, you know, strictly my interpretation of her, and just make this a really girly, dreamy piece that's, you know, personal to me. So anyways, let's get started on it, and I'll show you the process, and then I'll tell you more about how to enter my Artscape Brushes contest coming up very soon. And okay, let's get started. So this piece is definitely very inspired by the song In the Sea from the Last Unicorn soundtrack. So if you are so inclined and you want to try it out playing it while I paint this, it would definitely give it the feeling that I intended. But of course I can't use that song, so I'm choosing another lovely piece of music. But that was a big inspiration for this painting as well. So while I let my painting dry, I decided that I wanted to add another little whimsical element to this piece. And since I started thinking about the Last Unicorn and, you know, when I was a little girl, I decided to add some little flying, floating narwhals to this piece. And there's a lyric in one of the songs in The Last Unicorn that says, "Narwhals lost at sea and never seen again." And I love that song. I love that whole soundtrack. Obviously, I was listening to the soundtrack the whole time I was working on this piece. But when I was a little girl, because of this movie, I thought that unicorns were turned into narwhals, and that's where they hid them all, and that's where they were. So I thought adding these little guys would be a great sort of narrative element to this piece. So now I'll be transferring my final drawing using Surreal transfer paper to my painting surface here. And a word of advice, sometimes it's nice to mask off some of the areas that you don't want to get the Sorol on because it's kind of a pain to remove it. So I'm cutting out some little scraps of paper just to protect my background from the Sorol. You can take it off with rubbing alcohol, but it's kind of messy and involved. So I would recommend doing that if you tend to, you know, smudge and put your hand in it like I do. Now it's time to start painting, and I can't wait to open up my brand new My Artscape paintbrushes. So you can see here they've provided us with a great array of sizes and shapes if you like angled, if you like the filbert, if you like the fan, and some really great detail pointed brushes. So these are all, I use all of these types of brushes all the time, so this is perfect for my needs. So I'm going to start off with this short bristled number 5 flat. And make sure you wash your new brushes when they're right out of the package because they usually have like a little coating on them to keep the bristles neat, and they'll be kind of hard at first, so you definitely don't want to use them right out of the package. Make sure that you clean them properly. And I'm going to go ahead and start painting with this brand new brush, and I'm really excited to let you know how I like it. So I honestly think this number 5 flat from My Artscape is my new favorite brush. I really like the short bristles. It gives you a lot of control, which I'm really all about. I'm kind of anal about my painting and I like to control it really well. And it's just a really great width and shape, and it's very soft so I can get my paint very smooth, which I also like. So A+ on that one, and I'm sure I'll like the other brushes just as well. So I decided I wanted a difference in texture and pattern, so I'm adding this sort of dress at the bottom with this lace detail. And as I was creating it, it really reminded me of Princess Serenity's dress in Sailor Moon. So there you go, another very early and important influence of mine also incorporated in this piece. Okay, you guys, well, my rainbow unicorn Amalthea painting is almost finished now. I mean, how can you not love that? Rainbows, unicorns, and pink baby narwhals. I mean, it's pretty much the cutest, girliest piece ever. And if you love this piece as much as I love this piece, then be sure to grab a print of it from my Etsy store. I am doing my little special where the first 10 prints will include a signed and little doodled postcard and another little goodie like a little mirror or button or something. So be sure to run over to my Etsy store and grab one of those first 10 prints and get the little bonus prize pack. And if you're interested in this original painting, I will have it beautifully framed, which I'll show you in a moment. And I do take payment plans, guys. Remember, I do flexible monthly payment plans on all my original paintings. So if you're interested in getting that, just email me at sales@LeilaniJoy.com and we can easily set that payment plan up for you. But now, the reason that you've waited so long probably is to find out more about my contest to win this beautiful brush set by Artscape. Ta-da! And I'm going to tell you about how you can do that right now. So I'm calling this contest the Why I Paint contest. And what I mean by that is I want to know what makes you create. You know, going with the theme of this whole episode today is think back to your earliest influences. You know, what made you want to create art? What made you want to draw and just got you super excited and create a unique piece with this theme in mind? Please do a new piece. I don't really want one of your school assignments or something you've already done before. You guys, I can tell. I can always tell when people do that. So make sure that this is something new that you're creating just for the contest. And bonus points if you paint something, because I would really like these brushes to go to someone who would really like to use them for painting. I'll take any medium if you want to do digital or colored pencil or anything else, I will accept it. But keep that in mind that I do want to give away some paintbrushes to somebody who would really love them and get use of them, so keep that in mind. And I'm going to make the deadline May 30th, so hopefully that will give you guys enough time. I'm giving you a little bit more than a month because I know school's ending and some stuff is kind of crazy next month, so hopefully that'll give you enough time to create your piece. And this time I'm only taking submissions through my new Tumblr blog that I'm creating just for this contest. And you can find that at whyipaint.tumblr.com. And there'll be a little submit button you'll see up at the top, and just click submit and you'll be able to submit your entry via a JPEG. And that way everybody can visit the site, see what everybody submitted, and we can just check out all the gallery of awesome artwork that you guys are going to do. If you'd like to put a little caption about your inspiration and what inspired you to create the piece, that's welcome as well. You don't have to write me an essay or anything, but a little paragraph about what this piece means to you would be welcome. If you have any contest questions, you can email my assistant Tessa at admin@LeilaniJoy.com, or tweet me on Twitter at MissLeilaniJoy, because I tend to get back to people pretty quick on Instagram and also Twitter, so you can ask me there too, and hopefully I can clear that up for you. Anyways, without further ado, let's check out my finished piece, Amalthea, and I hope to see all of you guys really soon, and I cannot wait to see these contest entries coming in. I'm super excited because I know how freaking awesome and talented you guys are. Oh, and speaking of which, a little update on my class. The class is coming along, and slowly but surely, everything always happens at once, of course. But it is in progress. I have my very first class completely mapped out. I have all the modules set up. I just have to start filming it. So I'm hoping that my first class, which will be my Art 101 class, and portfolio development class, will launch next month in May. So that is my plan if you guys are Kickstarter supporters and waiting for my class. So yeah, I'm really excited to get that going for you guys. And come to think of it, actually, maybe I'll make a little free class or some discounted classes available as runner-up prizes to the brush set. So hey, I think I'll add that in right now. All right, guys, thanks for listening to me go on, and I'll see you guys on the next episode very soon. And 3, 2, 1, go.